What's up, everybody? My name is Nate. Welcome to the weekly rotation. This week I wore a bunch of Parfums de Marly clones, and so if you want to skip ahead to the weekly rotation, I'll have a timestamp up right here. You can do so. I'm going to jump into a little bit about making perfumery. I've been working on a project for quite some time now, and I got to the point where I love it. But this week was incredibly, it was interesting. So last week I shared with you my cloudy perfume, and then as soon as I put in ethanol alcohol, perfumer's alcohol, it clouded the formula. It made the whole perfume really cloudy, and I was really kind of upset about it because you don't want cloudy perfume. You just don't want it. It looks bad. It looks really bad. This is my first time actually making a perfume, and so I was doing a bunch of research and I figured out this technique called tinning. I didn't figure it out, but I read up on it, and they use it for a lot of winery stuff. When you're making wine, there's a bunch of particles within the air, and they use like egg whites to kind of like act as like a glue. And so let me get so there's this clay. It's called bentonite clay, or I'm probably mispronouncing that, but this clay here, it works wonders. So I have a few clips that I took when I was doing this, but you just take a little tablespoon or a little bit over a tablespoon, and you just dump it into your perfume concentrate, mix it around. It becomes like this green, dark grossness, just muddy clay. But essentially what that does is it acts as like a glue or a something to stick all those floaty chemicals or floaty particles that, you know, represent the cloudy aspect of the perfume. So you do that, you mix it around, you put it in the freezer. Alcohol can't freeze, so it just chills it down really nice, and then you filter it. Once you filter it, it should come out clear. So I'm left with this, and I am so happy about it. I finally got the tinning process was successful, and I got a clear pissy color. So pretty much right now I'm only waiting on the labels to come in, and then I'm gonna put it out on the market. So I'm thinking about 2 weeks it should be up. I'll let you guys know as soon as it's up if you're interested at checking it out. I also have samples coming in from my good buddy. He was very supportive. You know who you are if you're watching this, if you're interested at all. But he was incredibly encouraging. He like talked me down from the ledge really when it came to like actually continuing this perfume journey, because it got so discouraging. And then this guy's like, knock it off. So I really appreciate it. You know who you are. So it's pretty exciting. And I also put up on my website 2 more fragrances that I'm planning on releasing. The first one being Bathroom Cleaner Elixir Extreme. Hell yeah. Because why not? And then the other one I'm looking at releasing in the next couple months, maybe a few more months. Gotta tweak the formula a little bit. But the Milkman's Revenge. The Milkman's Revenge. So go check out the whole mock-ups on the website. These are not like the official, they're pretty official, but they're not like the main things. They're just like a coming of attractions per se. But those are the 2 fragrances that I'm planning on releasing after Neptune's Crown. So if you're interested at all, yeah. Anyway, the tinning process was pretty successful, and I'm really happy about it. I really am. It didn't change the formula at all, too. That was what I was concerned about. I sprayed it on, and it still smells the same. It still smells before cloudy and after cloudy. They smell the same, so I'm really happy about that. All right, to kick off the weekly rotation, so this week I wore all these Parfums de Marly clones from Maison Alhambra. I did a video of this in the past, and you know, they were like the first impressions, and I made this joke on the Herod bottle, and I called it Harold, and not a lot of people got it, but you know, a lot of people got upset about it actually. But anyway, I'm giving my final thought, not final, I mean whatever, but I'm giving my thoughts of how they perform and how do I like them, and I'm gonna rank them at the end. So all right, so the first one I wore was this Parfums de Marly Pegasus exclusive clone. And I have to say, I'm so indifferent about this one. So in the opening here, this one has an oud character, and it's a green, grassy, earthy kind of oud to it. but it still has the Pegasus DNA. When it dries down, it is pretty much the Pegasus DNA. It's just richer, deeper with the oud, and to an unpleasantness, I guess. The best way I can really put it is if you mix these. That's like the easiest way I couldn't really put it. The dirtiness, the earthiness of the Cologne clone, the sweet, cloudy, vanilla, powdery, almondy goodness that is the Pegasus one. So that's what I would really have to say about Pegasus exclusive, or the Persis exclusive. This one is really, it's good, but it's very oudy. This one, I think that this one is high up there with being not a safe blind buy. If you have like a Nautica Voyage nose where you're kind of off put by oud, kind of like I am, maybe not jump on it. Okay, and then Tuesday I wore the Pegasus clone, and I've compared this one before to the actual Pegasus, and it's so much better with the longevity, and they smell the same. They really, really smell the same. It's kind of scary, actually, because I spent so much money on Pegasus that having a clone like this, it smells identical, kind of sucks. But this one does perform a lot better. I like it a lot more. But I wear Pegasus when I want to feel expensive and I want to feel like, yeah, look at me. But you get the same kind of thing. You get that vanilla sweetness, the almondy stuff, the heliotrope. It's sandalwood, very sandalwood heavy, but it's smooth, it's refined, it's beautiful. It's a very bright, lively, aromatic kind of style of fragrance, but it's vanilla heavy, so, and very unisex. All right, then on Wednesday, I wore this Cologne Beast. This is a clone on Cologne, and I actually have tested this one side by side with Cologne, and a lot of people think I'm crazy, but I think that this one is a lot smoother. This one has this, like, I guess I would say like a synthetic cheap edge to it, which makes it easier to wear. I know that sounds stupid, but the original one has this, like, you know, it's Cologne. It's not for everyone. It is peppery, this blood orange, bitter, earthy, green kind of smell to it. Very earthy. And a lot of people don't jump on it. A lot of people don't get on the bandwagon of Cologne, but I find that this one is just a little bit smoother and a little bit more synthetic, might I add, but in a pleasant way, because it smooths it out, I think. It's not so earthy. It's not so natural, I guess you could say, which makes it a lot more wearable. I don't know what I'm trying to say with this one, but I like that one a lot. I definitely do. It's very strange, I guess you could say. It's not like your traditional, you know, cologne that you would spray on and go to the gym. This one is kind of more upscale, smelling unique. And then on Thursday, I wore Leighton, and this one is a take on Leighton from Parfums de Marly, and this one is fantastic too. And so I compared this one previously in the past to Leighton, the actual Leighton version, but out of all the clones that I have of Leighton, this one seems like the most watered down, I guess you could say, or like the lightest version of Leighton. But that's why I like it, because it has this lightness about it and this freshness about it, and it doesn't last as long. It's still a great performer, 6 to 7 to 8 hours minimum. It's really good. I have good experience with it. I know a lot of people don't have a good experience with it, but that's just my experience. But it's really good. And when you want to wear Leighton and you don't want beast mode, you know, punch you in the face Leighton, this is a great alternative. So if you want something a little bit more subdued, but keeping in the same Leighton vibe, that's not so power-packed projection, this is a good option, because you're not every situation calls for this, you know, powerhouse beast mode kind of smell to it. And that's where I think that this one can benefit from. But if you don't want watered down Leighton, don't get on it. There's a lot of other clones out on the market, like Lalique White and Black is a great option as well. But I like this one a lot, even though it is a little watered down. All right, and then Hercules. Hercules here is a Herod clone, and I like this stuff a lot. It's really great. The tobacco in here, the vanilla, it's almost like a spice bomb kind of esque DNA, but it's a clone of Herod. But if you're not familiar with the Parfums de Marly clone or the Parfums de Marly original, then what I would say it's near is like Spice Bomb and Spice Bomb Extreme, that kind of area. That's where it kind of sits. But it's a tobacco-rich, heavy fragrance. It's heavy vanilla. It's got some green nuances in here. It's pretty fresh too. It's got like a clean base to it with all these spice and you know, vanilla in there and too. So it's really good. I find it is very interesting too. And I would think that this one is the second most masculine version in this whole lineup. The next one I'm going to talk about next, but this one is great if you want to smell like rich, sexy, spicy, warm, inviting for the winter, fall time. It's a very beautiful, sexy tobacco kind of scent. And it just has a lot of power to it. It's very, very strong. And the longevity is great on it too. Like, I was really impressed on this. This was a Friday scent. I really like this stuff. It's one of the favorites in the whole lineup, and I'll touch on that in a moment. All right, and then the next one is Godolphin Clone, and this is the gold bottle. So this is a warm raspberry leathery kind of smell to it. It's in the same ballpark as Tuscan leather. So if you're familiar with Tuscan leather, it's in that kind of same ballpark. I feel like this one is a little bit more sweeter with the raspberry, but it's a leather fragrance. This is a very heavy leather fragrance. This smells like a Porsche in the inside of the leather. It's just, that's what this like. So it's really warm, sexy, spicy, and then it's got a lot of leather sweetness with raspberry and even to some more like fruity nuances too. But I like that stuff a lot. It's not my favorite. I think that this one is the most masculine in the entire line. I think that this one is like, that could be the rough biker leather guy, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so if I had to rate them in the order that I like them, and then I'm gonna rate them in the order that you would probably benefit from blind buying. So if you want to blind buy any of these, I'm gonna rate them second. So my personal, I would do Pegasus. Pegasus is number one. The Pegasus clone is very good. And then I would probably go with the Hercules. So Pegasus, Hercules, and then the Cologne one. And then these are my top three of the whole bunch. And then I would do the Leighton one, and then the Pegasus exclusive, and then Sad Days for the leather fragrance. This is the order I would go in terms of like my own personal taste. If you're looking at buying one for like blind buying, I would say that the Hercules one would be number one. I think that this one would be the overall sexiest, best option. That one and the Leighton one kind of tied for number one. And then I would go with the Pegasus one, really. And then the Pegasus one would probably be third. And then probably this one. This one would be fourth. It's the leather one. Yes, it's not for me and it's not for everyone, but I think that this one is a little bit more wearable than Cologne and the exclusive one. I know there's a bunch of other ones. I know that there's a Greenlee one that I really want to get because Greenlee is amazing. But there's a few other ones from what I know. I don't have those in my collection yet to say that. But anyway, those are my just takes on the Parfums de Marly. And then I wore them all week. And today I'm not really wearing anything because I got a lot to do at the house. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. If you're interested in my fragrance at all, you could go over to my website and check it out. They're not available yet, but I will let you know when they are available. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We will see you next time.